Nobody's here. I scared them away.
So hello to those of you who will be watching this live later because, oh, hello there. So now we have people. See, Judy, you didn't scare them off.
I didn't scare them.
Good
Oh my God, I giggles.
Welcome. I was just giving my welcome for those of you who are watching live and those who will be joining later and watching the recap. Much appreciated. Got it?
There. How's that?
There.
Good.
I know I still have, oh, and look, Mama's here. Nancy, hey.
See. Hi, Mama Jennifer.
I asked Jen this week. I went to the shop to help her with a project, and I told her that people wanted to know why she didn't join me live. And I don't think I got a really good answer from her. She said, "Oh, oh." I don't think I got a really good answer from her. She said, "Oh, oh." So what you working on, Judy?
I got brave and Apothecary Quilts or Quilters Apothecary started doing a sew along where he's doing the the kaleidoscope.
Oh, nice, nice.
So I started cutting that out. I'm trying to get caught up with them. So I've been putting those together. But then I got the backing on for this next quilt. I'll show it to you.
She's got a long arm back there behind her. I didn't realize she had one. So she was telling me a 12-foot frame. I'm jealous. She has a light bore. As everybody can see above mine, no lights.
And this is my next quilt that I'm going to be doing.
Is that Christmas?
It's Christmas, so it tells you how many quilts I got to do.
Hey, now is the time to do Christmas quilts. If you're doing Christmas quilts in December, you are way late. Jennifer, do we know this or what? Every year for Christmas, we're like, we need to make Christmas quilts, but it's too late. So we're going to do Christmas in July this year, I think.
Lost my little saddle.
That's okay.
That's okay. I figured if I start off with Christmas and I'll work myself through every bit of, maybe I'll be ahead of the game. But yeah. I do got 14 quilts to quilt.
This year, or right now you have.
Yeah. And Millie's dress is upstairs, which I haven't brought her down because every time I look at her, I think I want to do some ruler work. I want to do something customized, but I can't. I'm stumped. So I just look at her.
Yes. Do you have a computer on your Longhorn?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
I have it's a Grace 21 Pro.
Do you have a computer on your Longhorn?
And it's got QCT gold on it. So yeah, I'm set.
Nice. Nice. I love my computer. I'm glad. Hey, Joyce.
Yeah, I'm set.
I'm so glad I ended up getting the computer. I am spoiled to the edge to edge. It's set it up and I can work right here, do other things while it's going and listen for it.
Yeah, that's why I got an embroidery machine over here and another sewing machine so I can play when I'm down here.
Yeah, nice.
Usually do all my piecing upstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have I just gave away my embroidery machine. It was just a little small brother, I think it was, to a friend of mine who insisted that he is going to embroider all over everything, his socks, his shirts. He's going to embroider everything. Well, his husband told me that it's still like he said he probably doesn't even know where it is because he said his husband took it out of the car and put it in the house. And he's never even asked where it is. And that's probably been like a month ago. So I'm going to see how long it goes before he even asks where it is.
Either that or you just go over and get it and see how long it takes him to find out it's missing.
I don't want it in my house. And for years, my intention was to get it and to embroider on quilts,
Mhm.
and then make pretty embroideries, or maybe even like whatever the quilt is for, to Judy from Amber with the date. And I never did it. I never did
Well,
that. So
I did do one quilt on the embroidery machine, and that was a special quilt, and that's when I walked away. And that was over 20 years ago. I did a quilt of my niece and my nephew and his wife, and how they met, and I did each block a different thing. It told a story. And after I
oh,
put it
nice.
together and presented it to them, I was like done with quilts for a long time. I was like, I don't want to do this no more.
Well, good, good. So I am cutting t-shirts tonight. I finally got all of the t-shirt quilt that I was working on like a month ago. Got them all ready and lined up. So I'm gonna be cutting them into the block sizes that I need, and then put them together hopefully by next week and get
Well,
that.
I delivered mine Sunday,
Oh, good, good.
and he fell in love with it. And I think the thing he liked the most was the bag.
Oh yeah, what was on the
Yeah,
back?
it was all the little fire station emblems that he had from different fire stations, and I just made it into a tote bag. Put the quilt in that. He's now taken that. He's a fire instructor for the state of Georgia, so he took that to make and put all his stuff in there. And he's taken his quilt
I'm
down.
so glad you made the tote.
I know. And then he's taken the quilt down there, so when he is overnight, he'll have it there. So
Oh, awesome. Yay.
yeah, but they were thrilled.
Well, good. And I am contemplating, I know I've been some friends of mine, I have promised them, they have been generous for different reasons with me, like giving me things, and in return, I am going to teach them how to make a t-shirt quilt. So I think what I'm going to do in the process, I wanted to open it up kind of online and do another live, maybe like a t-shirt Tuesday live for people who want to make t-shirt quilts. Not just our regular crew, but do
Yeah.
something for maybe non-quilters or sewers. And so I'm thinking about doing that probably starting around April or so.
No.
So I'll be kind of advertising that and pushing it out just as a t-shirt.
Yeah.
T-shirt Tuesday. I don't know, it sounds good, right?
Yeah. It
What do you
does.
guys think?
I would
Any
try.
instructors anybody want to come help? We need
Well,
experienced people and not.
well, I would help, but I'm not going to guarantee myself because that's when I do my every 6 weeks. I'd run to Illinois to take care of my mom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh,
In
around
April.
April.
Yeah, that's when I
Okay.
start doing that, and then I'll go up there every 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. We'll work it out. I mean, you can connect on your phone and just listen.
I could.
And so I did last week. We discussed we got an average number. It was 108, if I remember correctly, before Preston chimed in at the last minute and threw our numbers off. But I did look up the page 108 in the encyclopedia to see what blocks were on page 108. And I think I'm gonna turn on my here we go. I'm gonna remove you for a minute, Judy, and myself. So apparently I can't do that because it removes my audio. Nope. Okay, anyway. I just was trying to make it as big as I could. So page 108 has these these cute little people and flowers. What do y'all think about that? I think I'm gonna do those. What do you think?
I
Oh,
just
that's
pick
not what
one.
I wanted to do. What's that? Just pick one of them.
One.
I'm gonna start with them, but they're super easy. At least they look easy. I don't know how to. Yo, I'm making everybody dizzy. Sean has it cute where he's got two people at the top and one at the bottom. I don't know how he does that with three cameras going.
I don't know I'm a newbie here.
Yeah, me too. Oh wait, new layout. Oh, that didn't work well either. Okay. Well, we'll just talk. We'll have our faces. You know what? We're learning. Yeah, Nancy, I think it's cute too. I'm going to start with one. I already went on Illustrator and figured out what color, what blocks need to do to create the little people. Um, and so got that done. I am mostly through with the pattern for the fly foot. Oh, you just go ahead and work, Nancy, if you don't want to. She said it's hard to what do you call that? She's lurking. You're lurking in the background. I love it.
Lurk away.
Yeah. So Joyce and I will just talk and work. I'm gonna start cutting. Cutting. You hear my
Yeah,
accent there?
you just go ahead and cut.
So I have it all mapped out. I need so I've got these big templates. They're actually Jennifer's templates. I need to give them back to her. I said I'm not doing any more t-shirt quilts after this, so I didn't have a set made for myself. I'm just using hers, and then I'll give them back to her when I'm done.
Tell her if
But
she wants it
then
back, she can come on alive.
I like the way you think, Judy. Mom, did you hear that? I'm taking your stuff hostage. So I've got all the shirts. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me move myself out the way. I've got all the shirts laid out on my board here on my frame, so that I can I know what sizes I'm doing. They're all organized. I wonder if I did like this. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. So these are all 12.5 by 16.5 cuts. Hey, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
The other Joyce. We have Joyce squared with us.
Yes, we have them both.
What are you guys working on?
I'm just trying to stay out of trouble.
Do you have to try hard or does it just happen naturally?
I have to try really hard.
Jennifer, are you working tonight? Are you at the shop? It's probably done by now. So y'all, I have to tell you, her shop is in this tiny little small town, under 2,000 people, and they can't afford lights, like street lights. They turn off the street lights to save money. and it was so dark. I always worry about her out there. But recently they added a street light near her, so it's not as dark.
That would scare me.
Yeah.
I'd have to be home before it got dark then.
And she'll stay there so late. Hey, Rita.
Hi, Rita.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are randomly working tonight, nothing major. I'm cutting t-shirts, same quilt I've been working on forever. And I've got my myself on this table that has like a little bend in it. It's one of those soft tables. And so I know I'm gonna regret trying to cut right here. And also I'm distracted with what's going on in the feed.
I'll pay attention to the feed then.
So what I was saying earlier, I'm probably around April, I'm gonna start a T-shirt Tuesday group. And we can all make T-shirt quilts together. And hopefully Jennifer is the T-shirt quilt queen. Like she can whip them together real quick. So maybe she'll start doing some lives. So we've got some time to work with her. Y'all give her a hard time, let her know that she's needed. Her expertise is needed.
Yeah. And if she wants her little ruler back.
Well, she can't get them. She can't get them back until she
Comes on alive.
comes on alive. I'm holding them hostage.
No, Joyce, I did not get my tree of life. Oh, yes, I did get my tree of life. It's upstairs. It's quilted. I still have to put the binding on. I had to get my t-shirt quilt done for my fireman.
So, Judy, do you do t-shirt quilt? I mean, do you long arm for other people?
No, I don't long arm for other people. I'll do t-shirts quilts and that's it.
Okay, for other people.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought you had just started that.
No, I've done a few of them.
Oh, okay, good. Consider yourself recruited, young lady.
I told you I would come help you.
Just in
But
case you thought you were going to try to get out of it.
I won't be there every Tuesday though.
Okay, not every Tuesday.
No.
That works.
Okay. Don't make me. I go on a live, but don't make me start a channel. I'm not doing that.
No. I
I'm
wouldn't
not
do
like
that.
I do guest appearances.
Well, that works for me. We can rotate.
It's all on you. I'll just make a guest appearance.
No, but you can rotate with somebody else. I'll do it every Tuesday, and then you can come and go. Jennifer can come and go.
Yes.
Whoever else wants to come and go. That sounds like fun, actually. It's hard to do it all by yourself. You know, I do like to talk, but sometimes it's I don't get a whole lot done because I'm not clearly I'm not that talented.
So you can't walk and talk at the same time.
No. Thank you for stopping in. Look at this cute t-shirt.
Oh,
It's got a crawfish ball. The other thing I love about doing t-shirt quilts is looking at all the cool shirts that people have.
yes.
Yes.
I like the cool
Lisa, I had so much fun with you guys, with you and Deb on Saturday. You made it go by so quick. Like we were on for 2 hours and it was like nothing.
Yes, it was. You guys did really great. But Lisa's always doing great.
Yeah. So I don't use heat and bond. Because I don't need it double-sided, like the heat and bond doesn't have to stick to will stick to two sides. The Pellon is just a stabilizer, so that's why I
Yeah.
use that
Just
for
SF
the t-shirt
101,
cuts.
just on the
Yeah,
side of
is
the
that what
t-shirt.
you use also?
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that that the Pellon on some of these shirts isn't big enough. And so I think I'm gonna have to switch sizes and not cut these bigger ones.
Yeah, what I do when I do mine is I just do the whole t-shirt, the whole front of it, and then I come back, I put that stabilizer on it. Then I come back and cut it down to what I want it to be.
Yeah, but apparently I didn't put enough stabilizer on those because I cut them, I think, 15 by 15,
Mm-hmm.
and I needed at least 16 and a half, so I
Yeah,
need to go add a small little strip. But you can see, yeah, I put the stabilizer all
yeah.
big, and so then I'll go back and cut it.
And that
So this one only needs to be
got
12 by 12.
yeah, and that's why I got the extra pieces also to do the totes because I had so much t-shirts that was already stabilized.
Yes, yes. And then do you use the extra stuff to make borders ever? I use it for the border too.
It depends on how big if I need it to be bigger, like the one that I made ended up being 80 by 90.
Oh, okay.
So it was big, so I didn't add
You didn't
any.
need that, yeah.
But if I needed to add some, I would. The
Well,
one
and I
before the,
design,
pardon?
well, I was gonna say I design it's called SF 101. Rita, it's Pellon is the name of the brand. SF 101. I think I have. I'll grab a piece and show you. But I forgot what I was gonna say. It must have not been important.
The previous one t-shirt I did, quilt I did, ended up being 94 by 108.
Man, I bet it was heavy.
It was heavy.
Yeah.
So
I what I do is I design the quilt top to be a twin, basically.
mhm.
Or this one, I think she wanted it a little bit bigger. This one's going to be a full size. So I designed it that size. I got on Illustrator and figured out what size I needed to cut of each piece, which takes a little bit longer,
Yeah.
but um but it actually saves me time because I'm not trying to create something in the middle and trying to piece things together because I try to get creative and that doesn't work. So I get creative on the front end so that I can just go ahead and make it the quilt, I mean the top,
And then
without getting myself too in the weeds about it.
when I quilted, I don't usually give them a choice of what I'm going to put on it. I usually just do a meander unless the quilt
Okay.
really talks to me. And then I might do something special on it. But they've all been happy because the main thing is I want it to hold up and I want it to be quilted good.
Yeah. Night, Lisa.
Night, Lisa.
Um, yeah, I don't know that I've ever asked anybody either what I want what they want to put on it.
Yeah.
Usually I try to figure it out and then I tell them. I'm thinking about it. Like this one, I did another sorority one that the like mascot of her sorority was the owl.
Mm-hmm.
So I found an owl,
Yeah.
what is it called? Pattern. And I put that on it and I didn't even ask her. I just did it
Mm-hmm.
and she loved it. So I'm not sure about this one.
I might have to walk away for a minute.
Oh, that's fine. So it does look like somebody got excited about possible a Tuesday night t-shirt night.
Well, no,
We can
no,
make it like a sew along.
let me go talk to my granddaughter real quick.
Okay. All right, I'll put her back when she gets back. Yeah, cool. And so if you're going to be doing a lot of t-shirt quilts, these templates are great. Oh, I moved. I don't put oh good. I do not put stashing between my t-shirts. I just put the t-shirts butted up against each other. What I do use um stashing is other t-shirts. So there are some of the blocks that aren't gonna have enough, like they're not gonna be wide enough. And so I use like all this stuff that I'm cutting off. It still has the backing on it. So I'm gonna use that as stashing. It saves money on and fabric. Now Jennifer just did or is working on actually two beautiful quilts where the t-shirts are on the diagonal. And, because she only has like 5 shirts, I think, to put in a quilt, which generally isn't enough to make a decent sized quilt. So if you put them on the diagonal, then it takes up a lot more space. And I mean, they've really turned out nice. They're beautiful. So you see how easy that was to cut? I didn't really have to measure. And so I have my block. So it's easier to see on this one. You can see I have the just when I get when I get like this, the minimum is 8 shirts. Yeah. Yeah, I stabilize almost all the shirts. Um, I can't think of an instance where I wouldn't stabilize them unless it's depending on the fabric, but for the most part, they're all stabilized. Some people don't like it for whatever reason. They don't like the stabilizer. Um, they think it makes it too heavy. Now, if people request for it not to be on there, I won't put it. But unless they request it specifically, I'll put it on there. It doesn't shift and move, and it makes the product last longer. Because think about these shirts were already worn and loved. I'm struggling on this one tonight because they're making me talk. I keep looking. Oh, Katie's back.
So,
There she is.
okay. Yeah, I gotta go help my granddaughter move her desk. She's
Oh,
getting,
so are you heading out?
no, this is tomorrow when she gets off of work. She's on
Oh,
her way
okay.
to work right now, but she bought a new desk and she needs to get the other one out of her room. So she needs her Nana and Papa tomorrow and their
Oh,
truck.
I love it. My son, I sent a picture to my son of a video from him and his wife and their 3-year-old were in town for Christmas. And I took a bunch of videos, and so I sent them one. They're in El Paso, And I was like, oh, missing you guys, thinking of you. Here's this video from December. And so my son in return sent a picture of his son to me. And I said, oh, my favorite. And he was like, wow, like, I'm not your favorite anymore. I'm like,
No,
no.
no, no. I tell my kids all the time that they're no longer my favorite child. My granddaughter,
No.
my favorite. All my grandkids are my favorite.
I saw a video once of this, I guess they called her Nana. She had by the door at her house, she had a list of all of, it's at the top, I think it said like my favorite. And then every grandchild had a name, but you could move them around. They were like little hooks, and whoever was the favorite, like she would move them around. It was always different, and so it was always a competition to see who was the favorite. I thought, I don't know if I could do that.
Well, to be honest, this one is my favorite. I can call her and she'll be over in a minute. She helped us bring the dishwasher in the house. I mean, she's my little hauler. She'll go pick up stuff for me.
How old is she?
She's 19.
Oh, lovely.
And she's 5 miles down the road from me. So she's close.
Yeah. So Jennifer only has she has, well, one grandson now. She had two, but one of them's passed away. But I think she would. I don't know, Jen. Would you have had a favorite? It's kind of, now I'm putting you on the spot there because you can't really say Lucas is your favorite. She had two daughters and then two grandsons, so she got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I have 3 granddaughters and 2 grandsons. So I have
A
5.
favorite was, see, she's not paying attention. A favorite child or grandchild. She had just had two of each. Put her on the spot.
My daughter was always my favorite daughter. I only had the one. Your mama said Wes, of course.
What's the, yeah, he's the great grandchild. Of course, he would be the favorite. So y'all are getting ready for Mardi Gras. It's coming up Tuesday.
And I'll stay home.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be working on Tuesday, but Monday I'll be riding in the parade, throwing beads. Jennifer was so if you ride in a parade, you can throw used beads, like you catch beads at a parade and then you throw them at your next parade. That's not uncommon. So then you have to organize them and we call it wrap them up. And so she was wrapping beads. Her and her friends were wrapping beads for me today, so that I don't have to throw a big jumbled mess.
Well, that's nice of them.
It was very nice of them.
Yeah, I've only
Much
been
appreciated.
to New Orleans one time, and I did have a good time there.
And Judy, you're in Georgia, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Jennifer says we have a lot of beads. And you don't have to do any special favors to get beads, despite what you hear on TV.
Yeah, I didn't do anything special. And there was a parade going down, I guess it's Canal Street there, and they were
Yeah,
throwing beads left and right.
yeah. For me, I would say as a parade person who rides in the parade, Generally people dancing, like if you're dancing, you'll get my attention and you'll get beads. Or if you have a sign or, you just have to have something special to get our attention,
Well, I didn't
in
do
order
nothing.
to throw beads at you.
I didn't do nothing to get
Work.
anybody attention. I was a good girl.
Yeah. Well, the parades around here in the town where I live, it's very family friendly, so there's no New Orleans um, shenanigans going on around here. Um, they will take you off the float. They will stop the parade and take you off. The other thing that happens, obviously, there's a amount of drinking going on. People make Jello shots. But you can't bring Jello shots on the floats because if they accidentally get thrown off, children won't know that it has
Oh,
alcohol in it, and then you may accidentally intoxicate a child. So you can't you can't have any kind of food that has alcohol or anything like that on them because we don't want to accidentally intoxicate the children. I followed an emergency room pediatrician online on YouTube. And she's always telling stories about children who end up in the ER. And that was a recent um, story that she was telling was about a child who went into the ER and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with the child. And after much discussion and testing, they realized the child was just drunk. It had accidentally gotten a hold of someone put a clear liquor in a water bottle.
oh my.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, don't do that. But the child will recover well, she says, so no need to worry. So like this is great. Like this is a lot of fabric that already has the see, but you must use big pieces
Yes, because I would have went all the way down that shirt.
the whole way down.
Yeah, and that way I could use that for
Yeah,
something else if I needed it. I didn't have to add any more.
yeah. Hey William,
Hi, William.
what are you working on? I know you've got something special always.
He's working on a quilt.
Is he quilting?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he does a lot of clothes.
I know I'm waiting for my coat from him.
Oh,
I don't think I'm gonna
maybe
get.
you should do a giveaway.
I know he could just send me a quilt or a coat.
Or we could send him a quilt, an unfinished quilt, like not without binding on it or anything, and he could make us jackets
I have
from our
one.
quilts.
I could do that.
I think we need to twist his arm. We should all travel to San Diego to visit him and bring him quilts. We
Are
could
you
do
live?
like a retreat.
Is William live tonight?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I'm
he's
glad.
on after. Yeah,
I'm glad I took a nap then today.
for an exchange. What do you need, William? We might be able to work something out. I say we have a party in San Diego and you teach us all how to make coats out of our quilts. And we all leave there at the end of the weekend with our own jackets that we've made that you taught us how to make. That sounds like fun. And just so y'all know, I'm really good with ideas, not so much follow through. So you'll have to remind me. And I'm gonna start doing oh, you're in Los Angeles. I thought you were in San Diego. Oh yeah, I love, 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 love San Diego.
I don't know about that because he's got crickets in his walls.
He's in Los Angeles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also saw another video of a man who had two tortoises living on his roof at his house in Los Angeles, and he died. And so they rescued the tortoises. And so now I'm following the tortoises to make sure that they're okay. I watch a lot of YouTube, y'all. I can't imagine having a cricket infestation. I, can they do something about it? I had frogs in a pond outside of my window once. Like 2 houses ago, I had a pond outside of my bedroom window, and the frogs would go on their love fest, twice a year. And oh my God, it was so loud.
William, do you guys get termites in California?
I would imagine.
I don't know. They got crickets, so I there maybe that's
But you have crickets in Georgia, right?
I haven't seen any.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure they are. We have bats.
Yeah, I think bats are all over.
Well,
Because they're in the desert.
I have a lake in my backyard.
Oh, nice.
So we have bats out there. Oh, they have termites too. Boy, you got everything, William.
It's not like Australia, though. Hey, Jess,
Hi, Jess.
what you up to tonight? Oh, this one is close.
Oh yeah, see, that's why I would have made it. I would have had to make it bigger. That's why I do so
It's
much. That's why I do so much of the t-shirt, and then cut out, and then I cut down from there.
yeah, it's still no it's not the blue one, it's over a quarter of an inch, so it'll still be on there. The other option I could do is make it this size and turn it sideways.
Yeah, because you can always go back and cut it down some more. I would do it as big as I could get it, and then come back.
Well, I know that the rows, I mean the columns on the quilt are 12.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bye, William. Be safe. Um, so it would be
Be
this way.
careful out there on the roads. There's crazy people, William.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this one. I'm generally okay as long as it doesn't cut, or as long as I don't have to sew into the artwork. Like if I have at least a quarter of an inch around it, but I won't cut into it. So do you have a plan before you get started on the shirts, or do you just kind of plan it as you go?
I guess I plan it as I go because like what you're cutting there, I would have went up higher and I would have went down further and wider on each side. And
Well,
then
you couldn't go up higher because of the neck.
I I'll go up as close as I can to that neck.
I did. That's what I'm saying. That was like in the I won't use the
I don't use the ribbing, but I may
right.
have
I cut it right up to the
yeah,
ribbing.
and I may have a
Like
little
that's
bit
the
of the
ribbing.
ribbing. Yeah, I might have a little bit of the ribbing in there, but I just make that whole square as big as I can get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I cut it all the way up
Yeah.
to the ribbing. So,
And then I go as low just in case I need that. And then to the left and right, I cut them as wide as I can because I
yeah.
can always cut them down later.
Well, but I know like I said, they're 12.5 inches wide, the rows. So I won't need to cut them again. That's kind of like the doing the pattern ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I try to do it at, you know, what as I go, it ends up taking me way longer. And I think it takes the fun out of it. It stresses me out. But
And
I'll
see,
use all of this.
like this one right there that you've got, I might take just that design on it. And then if I have a spot, I need to put another design right below it to make that measurement.
Yeah. And I have in the smaller sizes where they have pockets or just the front pieces,
Mm-hmm.
those are all going to get mixed up together like that. But I need 10 of this size. So this one gets the full. Because I think I need 32 total blocks. And I didn't have that many shirts.
Okay.
So some of them will be smaller, some of them bigger. But then this will all get used as the border and or a tote.
Mm-hmm.
But these shirts are cute, I have to say. I did one once where the shirts were falling apart so thin. That's what that backing comes in handy. So who's coming on to talk to me next week? Any volunteers to hang out with me next Wednesday?
I say, Deb,
Deb? Deb, you want to hang out with me next Wednesday? Give me somebody to talk to. So I don't talk to myself.
even Jess is going, yay, Deb. Come on, Deb.
Yeah. She doesn't go live at night. Huh. So we just have something to work on now. Who's with William at night? Is William, Jess,
Tammy
and Tammy?
and
Okay.
Shalom. And Shalom goes on.
And
There, Jess,
what?
she would come hang with you.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I'll send you the link. And so hopefully by next week, Would love a t-shirt. Nancy, explain more. To do the t-shirt Tuesday? Or we should have a an all of us t-shirt. I could make it design one. Oh, a t-shirt Tuesday. Yeah, let's do that. That would be fun. And we could do all things t-shirts. I would definitely need to rotate guests on that one. Maybe we could do like a 1 week, like somebody who's experienced, like Judy, who could give direction, and then the next week somebody who has a lot of questions and we could help walk them through it.
I
I
can't do
think
it.
I'm not sure how many.
I need to get another t-shirt quilt ready then.
Yeah,
Or t-shirts. What if my
yeah,
daughter
you
wants
do.
to give up some of hers?
Everybody's got tons of t-shirts. There's a place called the Clothes Closet where I think I've told y'all about this before, at where Jennifer lives, and everything in there is a quarter. So it doesn't matter what it is, it's a quarter. And that's on a mission. Hello. Oh yeah, get William. That could be your trade with William. He can send you some
Ah,
t-shirts. That would be a good deal.
well, last I knew, my daughter had over 100 Harley shirts, so I'm sure she could give me some.
Absolutely. So when we go to the clothes closet, people donate all sorts of t-shirts and they're only a quarter. So if you go to Goodwill or, other thrift stores, the t-shirts are like dollars,
Yeah,
$3, $4 sometimes. That's a lot of money when you're making a t-shirt quilt, it
yeah,
adds up. And so, if you look at it yardage wise, that's way more expensive than fabric. Um, oh, knitting with Cheryl. Hello.
hi,
Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think she's new to my channel. I'm so glad to have you. Yeah, that's expensive. Like t-shirts are way more expensive than yardage of fabric.
yeah,
And so 25 cents for a t-shirt is doable. $1, $2, that really adds up quick. So we collect shirts. So like if somebody needs a shirt, like if they only have 5 or 6 and they tell us we can add one, we kind of have a supply of, local shirts.
yeah.
Mom also makes t-shirt quilts. Like she has a Mardi Gras quilt that she made. It's just a t-shirt quilt with Mardi Gras t-shirts. And so that's for sale up in the shop. She made one for a local high school and somebody bought it. It's not their shirts, but it was a cute quilt, so they bought it. Local festivals and things. So yeah, you just never know with cheap t-shirts. So tell all your friends about our Tuesday night t-shirts. It'll be kind of like a sew along. I'm getting excited, like I'm getting all worked up about it. So for those of you who missed it or may just got pieces of it, lots of people want to make t-shirt quilts, but they don't know how. They don't know how to get started. So I think I'm going to start a Tuesday night live for people who want to make t-shirt quilts, and we can all just kind of get together every week, have a different person on, and we'll just talk t-shirt quilts on Tuesdays. And it'll probably be later rather than earlier. All right, Judy, you got me thinking about this next shirt. Look, I might cut into the ribbing.
See, yes. See, that's why I make it so big. And then I can come back and recut to size it smaller if I need to.
But I just don't want to sew through that ribbing. It gets so thick.
Yeah. But you can always trim
It's
it.
not as thick, though.
You may
But I
end up,
have the see the pellot went all the way up to the ribbing, so I could.
Yeah, and then you can always cut it down some more if you need to up there, but you got to remember your bottom down there too.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. And I can always add more um of the color. See, I hate it when they start getting distorted like that because
Hmm.
the shirt is distorted over time and you just can't get it straight.
I think you got it there.
Yeah. Like, look at this and that. I do have another ruler that has a lines on it where I know it could be matching here. And then I start to get a little bit OCD about it.
See, the first thing I would have done was I would have looked at all my shirts and pulled out the largest design,
I did.
whether and then that's the one I go, and if it's 18 inches, then I cut that baby 20 inches and everybody gets 20 inches.
Yeah.
And then I can go back and cut them smaller if I need to, but I want to have enough property before I start
Yeah.
putting it.
So I did exactly that. So that I think that's great advice. The biggest one I needed at least the 16 inches by 12 and a half. And so that's where I got those big ones from. And so I have 10 of them that need to be that big, and then 10 of them that can be the 12 by 12, and then the rest of them are the random sizes
Yeah.
that I'll put together. Yeah, I've sorted through these short shirts more than once. I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anything with the Louisiana on it. Oh, I met a photographer this week, y'all, that I've been stalking online. He's like the best local photographer. His stuff is just amazing. And so he was at the museum this weekend where my alligator is hanging. And so I went to meet him, and he probably thinks I'm crazy, him and his wife. I wasn't the only one there though who knew him. And he had stalked him
So there
online.
was a lot of stalkers then.
More than one. But so this was really cool, and I thought, man, this would be fun to do with quilting too. At the museum, they had the show was they used one of his photographs, and they gave the photograph to 10 different artists, paint canvas artists, and they each did a painting of his photograph. And
Mm.
so it was so neat just to see all the different interpretations, the colors, the lighting, just how they painted that photograph. I mean, they really did some great work, but there were like, two or three that stood out that were just, if I had a lot of money, I would have bought them. Or there was at least two of them that I could have purchased.
Well, honey, we've been on for an hour. I guess I should get off of here.
Okay. Well, I know it's having somebody to talk to, we go so fast.
I know.
Well, we still have 10 people on, so I'm going to stay on for a little bit longer and just cut some more shirts. But Judy, I so appreciate you joining me tonight.
Well, you're welcome. I'll come back again.
Yes, on
Okay,
Tuesdays.
yeah, I'll come back again and visit. You take care.
Thank you.
Bye,
You
everybody.
too. So I've still got a few more shirts to cut, so I'm just going to stay on. Anybody have any questions about the t-shirt quilt? See, here's another Louisiana. This one looks crooked too. I'm telling you, if I start having people come and visit like that with me, I'm gonna get spoiled. It changes the whole dynamic of the evening. I'm not just talking to myself. So, and also for those of you who joined late, every few weeks I pick a new pattern. We randomly pick numbers, and I pick a new pattern, a new quilt block. Yes. So I pick a new block. So this week, I'm going to make a pattern for the one we did a couple of weeks ago. Hopefully it'll be available in a free PDF because it's just one page, coming soon, but I'll let you guys know. Yes. So I am using Pellon SF 101, and I put pieces behind the shirt. I used my heat press to press them on, and then I'm coming back now and cutting them the size that I need. Um, and also I love having Judy on because she does it different than I do a little bit. I used to do it more like what she does, where she just kind of throws some things in, and kind of figures it out as she goes. That makes me a little bit crazy. I was getting a little bit too obsessed. It would stress me out. So now what I do is I look at all the shirts, I figure out kind of what I'm working with, how many shirts I have, what size I need the quilt to be, and then I go into Adobe Illustrator and I create basically a map of, and actually let me share. I pull up a map of what the quilt is going to look like. Okay, so I pull up, so like this, I know I have this many columns and they're not really in rows, but I know I need 10 shirts, 10 that are 12 by 16, 11 that are 12 by 12, 8 by 12, and then 12 by 8. And so this is basically a map of what the quilt is going to look like when I'm done. I need 32 total cuts. And so that just in my brain, it makes it so much easier to put it together. Because if I try to do it as I go figure it out as I go, it's way too stressful. So this is a little bit more time consuming, but it is so much smoother in the end. I really like the way that works. Um, yeah. And I like the SF 101. It's not too stiff. I've worked with some other ones that are, oh, thanks, Jess. I've worked with some other stabilizers that are a little bit thicker and heavier weight, and they are just way too heavy. Like I did a couple of shirts for a lady, for her three daughters. They each had one, and I used a heavier stabilizer, and I kind of felt bad because they were just so heavy. Some people like the heavy quilts, but after those three quilts, I kind of went down, and the SF 101 is a good medium weight where it's strong enough to give the shirts life, like because they're already worn, they're already used t-shirts, and so the more the quilt gets washed, the more you're going to wear those shirts out. Hey, Sherry, hi. We're talking t-shirt quilts tonight. Um, so yeah, so you want the quilt to last, so that's why I stabilize it. There's some people online that'll say, don't stabilize it. It takes away from the feel of the cotton, which it kind of does. But I don't want people's shirts to fall apart either. These are a little bit thicker. I've gone through shirts that are really, really thin. Like I would just feel bad quilting that and give them back to them because it's so thin. So it just kind of depends on the shirt. It depends on the person who you're making it for and what they want. And so anyway, I like doing it this way. It just keeps it straight in my brain. I know what I'm working with. And so I really have loved working with Adobe Illustrator. I just have started about, I guess, maybe a year ago learning it. There's a quite a learning curve. Like it's pretty intensive. But now that I know how to use it, it's been pretty awesome. I do all the quilts. Oh, yeah, girl, you just listen. You work around in the background. I probably not going to stay on much longer. I'm going to finish these 12 by 12 shirts. I've got one, two left, and then I'll call it a night. But I am so happy that all you guys joined us. I'm so grateful for Judy spending her time with us as well. And so for those of you who don't know, Jennifer in the chat is my mom. She is the other half of the Cheeky Quilters. And so everybody say hi, Mom. And she's not British. I just call her Mum because it sounds good. I actually kind of get obsessed with the Brits sometimes. And I had on my phone, Siri would speak to me in British. And so she didn't recognize when I would say, call mom. And she's like, I don't have anybody named mom in your phones. You don't have a mom or mom. And so I had to change her name in my phone to mom so that I could call her using that person to dial it for me. So that's how that came about. And so she's mom. And she does not join the lives, but she does do videos. She likes being a lurker in the background in my videos. She doesn't want to be a big part of it. But when we go to shows, we do markets and things. We do about 2 a year, not more than that, because it's just too much. We can't produce enough inventory to do a lot of shows because we sell out and then we're stuck with nothing. And so when we do shows, she brings her featherweight and or like those portable old sewing machines, and they get so much attention. So that's a really fun thing to do for those of you maybe who do quilting shows or art markets. Bring in some old sewing machines, even if you don't use them, if you just have them set up. Oh my God, people love that. They eat it up. Men more than women, I've noticed. All the men want to talk about their grandma's quilts. It's interesting. And men want to spend money, women don't. Wives talk men out of purchasing items. Like we laugh about that all the time. If the wives didn't talk them out of it, our sales would probably double. Maybe not. But. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up, but look for Tuesday t-shirt. Look for Tuesday night t-shirt quilts coming up. Probably within the next month or so, 6 weeks maybe, we'll do that. And so we'll all do all things t-shirt quilting on Tuesday nights, and then Wednesdays, that'll leave me doing all of my other quilting that I do, piecing and raw edge quilting, fun stuff like that. Always having new patterns coming out. I also am going to have a link soon to a workshop that I'm doing for a summit, another summit. It's not quilted, but it's similar to that. So that's going to be in April as well. All kind of fun stuff going on in the quilting world. And you guys have a fabulous evening. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see y'all next Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday, not Tuesday, Wednesday. Next Tuesday's Mardi Gras. Y'all go celebrate. Bye.